Hey, what's going on, guys? David here with a company called Zero IT. We do cybersecurity and network and server infrastructure, but in this video, I'm going to be covering DaVinci Resolve and some basic functionalities for some of my friends that want to see this video. So follow along, and this is actually one of my first videos that I'm making for this YouTube channel, and hopefully it turns out okay. So let's get started here. I'm going to bring up the app. So this is going to kind of walk us through how you would shoot footage on a drone, phone, or DJI camera, whatever you got. You're going to get your footage off of that, and you're probably going to put it on your USB stick, or you're going to connect it to the computer. There's many different ways that you can get your content. But I'm going to show you what it's like if it's on a USB stick that I'm emulating here, right? So first thing we're going to do is we're going to open up our USB drive here. You're going to see we have our content, and I just have some stock footage that I downloaded from Envato, right? So it's a good website to get some stock footage. So I have my footage here, and it's on my USB drive. And so what I'm going to do, and what I like to do, is I am going to open up another tab up here. And up here, whoops, I'm going to drag that tab out, and now I have the two locations here. And what I can do is I can snap one to the left, and then I can have this one over here to the right. It probably won't snap because I have multi-screens, but here we go. Right, so on the right side, I'm going to go into my C drive, and I like to put all my content in the C drive, right? So we're going to make a new folder, and we're going to say Video Projects. And in here, we're going to do a new folder. We're going to call that my Ocean View. And in here, I'm going to make another folder, and I'm going to call it Raw Video. Right, so we have, if you look up here, we have the C drive, Video Projects, Ocean View, and inside there we have the Raw Video folder. So again, we're going to go to this PC. We're going to go to we're going to go to this PC. We're going to go to local disk, and then we're going to go to Video Projects. Now, the reason why we're putting it on the C drive is because if you put this into your to your Documents folder, what happens is if you have like OneDrive from Microsoft, or if you have Google Drive, right, or any kind of cloud backup or cloud storage that's linked into your computer, it's going to automatically take those large files and push them up to the cloud as their backup. And in most cases, you don't want to do that because some of these files are hundreds of megs, if not gigs. So we put those right into this. Well, I like to put those right into the C drive, so that way they're on the C drive. Now, I will go through and back these up in my own process, either with a external backup drive, or a NAS drive, or a QNAP, or Synology drive that you have at home, or some other large storage device that you may have. But for right now, we're going to put them on the C drive to be able to access these files and work with them right off the C drive, right? So we've made our folder here. It's in the C drive, and it's under Video Projects. Here's my project, Ocean View. Inside my project, I got Raw Video folder. And in here, I'm going to take all of my content, and I'm going to drag it in here from my USB drive. And now I have everything on my PC. I can eject my USB-C drive, and now it's gone, right? So we can close this out. Now we've taken all our raw video and media content, and we put it into our Ocean View project here under a folder called Raw Video, right? So now I'm going to launch my DaVinci Resolve app. Let's get this guy going. It usually takes a few seconds. And it's launching now. It's coming. Alright, here we are. So here's the app. So now what we're going to do in this app is we're going to create a new project. And we're going to call this project Ocean View, right? And we're going to change the location where we're going to put this project, and we're going to go back to my C drive here. We're going to go to that video projects folder that I created. And then here I have my projects folder for the project I'm working on, whether it's off-roading or computer work or server builds or surfing or whatever you might be making. I'm going to drop it right into here, and I'm going to say Ocean View and select this folder, and that's where my media location is going to be, right? So I'm going to hit create, and now it's going to drop us right into the media, or actually not into the media, it's going to put us right into the cut. So this is the actual DaVinci Resolve program here, and just a couple of things here, right? So on the top left over here, you're going to have all your media and transactions and sync bin and titles and effects. And on the right, you're going to have some other things like full screen, quick export, mixer, and inspection. It's always good to just look at these buttons, see what they are, see where they're at, what they're named, because you will need to find those later. Down below, you'll have a player, and then down at the bottom, well, I'm sorry, here you'll have your output video, and here you'll have a media pool, which there's nothing in there right now. Down here, you're going to have your media track where you're going to drop in all your content, right? So, and at the very bottom, you're going to have a couple of stages of where your project is going to be, right? So it's going to start with media. You're going to import your media. You're going to get media installed in there. Then you're going to go over to cut, which is kind of the same thing as working with the media. You're kind of cutting up the media and size. And, you know, if you have a 5-minute clip and you only need 3 minutes of it, you're going to cut it down, edit. Now, and here is where you're going to edit. So edit itself is where you're going to come in and do your layout and what video you want first, entry, you know, your intro, your middle section, your end section, any music you want to add or anything like that, you'll do in here. Fusion is sort of like I haven't played with this too much, but I'm imagining it's like, you know, they add some sort of flavor to it or some sort of filters, things like that. And then you have your color, which you know, if you have a couple of shots that you used with a different camera that looks different than maybe an iPhone camera or a DJI, you can come in here and adjust the coloring on your content, right? Fairlight, so this is where you can come in and do your music mixing, and then you have your delivery. So the delivery is once you have your project all laid out and edited and you have everything the way you like it and the way you want it, you can come in here and this is where we're going to select how we're going to export it. In most cases, it's YouTube, and it'll lay out. So this is a predefined YouTube output option here, and it'll predefine like 1920 by 1080 HD. It'll tell it it's an MP4. It'll say video codec of H.264 and everything else, right? So, but we're going to get started over here with the media and cut. I just like to go right to cut, and what I like to do is I like to go right here and open a media folder, and right away go to my file that I created, Video Projects, the project I'm working on, and then this raw folder, select that, and it's going to say, hey, do you want to change the frame rate to what it's detecting on the video content that you have there? And I'm going to say, sure, change the frame rate. There's probably some reasons to use the other one, but right now let's just go through this and get a simple project done, right? So here's my content. So I have a couple of beach shots here, some aerial drone shots. My buddy Casey, he likes to do that kind of stuff. So, and then I also have another folder here with some more content here. So you can have nested folders with your content, right? So if you have like some server shots, or you have some endpoint shots, or you have some networking shots, or in the surfing world, if you have like some beach shots, or if you want to do some wave shots of some waves crashing or actual surfers doing surfers, you can put them in the folders and kind of, you know, organize them that way. And then in this folder I have some music, right? So here's my content, and all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go straight to edit, because I already kind of know how this works, and I don't have a ton of experience with this, but this is going to get you a simple video cut, edited, and outputted, right? So so first I'm going to start off with, let's see here, let's pick this one here. I'll just drop it right there. And then I am going to do this one here, and see, I can just hover over and it'll actually show me the information that's in that clip that I'm working with, right? Here's another one here. Let's see what this one is about. We're gonna go back. So go to master, raw, and here's your folder layouts right here on your left. And again, if something like this is missing, it's because you don't have this, right? So I'm just kind of pointing out right now that make sure you understand that these buttons up here exist, because if this is unselected, you're not going to see any of your media, right? So make sure your media is selected, then you'll see your media, right? So I'm going to go ahead, and I got this one going. I'm going to drag, say, this one here, and I'm going to move that over because I think I want to grab this one here, right? Leave some of these gaps open, and then so let's see what that looks like now. And I'm going to hit the space bar just to get it going, and you can see we have some dead space there. Then it's going to go into this clip here, and if you just let it keep playing, it'll eventually get to the next clip. Or you can pause it and you can click anywhere in this timeline here to select where you want to start next. So I'm just going to go get right onto the next one, hit play, or hit the space bar to play, and you can see it goes right next to the next clip, but you'll see there's a little bit of a black spot there, right? So I'm also going to slide this over so I can just go ahead and go to the next one. You can see that it's going to cut right over to the next one with a black spot there, right? So there's a couple of ways to get rid of these black spot, or empty spots, I should say. And one of them is to just go ahead and click anywhere in the box and deselect all. If you're selected here, you'll see it's red box around this clip. Same thing here. You can see that the red box has, that this clip has a red box around it and its audio track. Now, this clip does not have an audio track, but this clip does. You can see because it's got the green audio track down below. Same thing with this one here. So I'm going to click anywhere outside, right? And I'm going to go up to edit, and I'm going to go up to delete gaps, and I'm going to hit that, and it's going to shrink everything together so that it's all without any spacing, right? So now it'll just start from the beginning and just cut right over to the next clip, and so forth and so on, right? So, and now let's say this clip right here is something that I don't need that much content off of, right? Let's make it half that content. So now we've cut it down or trimmed it, right? And all I did was just grab the end of it here and moved it over. Another way you could do it is you can click on the cut tool here, or the blade tool, select where you want to cut it. Now I've cut it, so now there's two. Go back to my pointer. Always want to make sure you're on the pointer when you're working with these clips. Select the clip, the piece of the clip that I cut that I do not want, hit delete, and now we've deleted it, right? So there's a couple ways you can definitely cut and trim these clips. Now I've cut it, but hey, maybe I wanted more of that and I didn't want to cut too much off. You can just grab the end of it and extend it back out. Only problem is that the player is now overlapping, right? So I gotta learn how to fix that. But a couple ways to edit this. So that's why they have these cut areas here and this media area here, so you can edit your clips and then drag and drop them in here. But we'll just keep moving forward. So now I've kind of trimmed that one down. I'm going to trim this one down here a little bit too. And I'll drag this one over and trim this one down a little bit here, and then maybe add this one at the end. And then another way that you can delete dead space is by highlighting the area that you don't want, hitting shift and backspace, and it will clear that space up for you, right? So now we have a pretty quick little video here. That should be what, 30-second video, right? And let's just trim this down a little bit more. And I think I have everything the way I want it to go, right? So you can obviously make this thing larger or smaller. The other thing that's nice too is you can actually zoom out on this timeline here. So if you have like a 5-minute, 15-minute video, you can zoom this out and see more of the overall, and then if you need to edit a certain part within that, you can zoom in so that way you can get a detail, granular detail of what you want to trim out or cut or add, or all kinds of different things, right? So so I'm going to zoom this back out, and the last thing I want to do is I want to add some video. So I'm going to go back to here and click on my video folder, or I'm sorry, I'm going to add some music. So I'm going to click on my music folder here, and then I'm going to add this music here, and now we have some music. So let's see. Start it from the beginning. And there we go. We have a pretty good, quick little video here. Now the only problem here is that if you look right here, you see the music is just extremely longer than what we need for the video. Well, it's longer than what we need for the video, so what's going to happen is the video content itself is going to cut off, and then the music is going to continue to play. So perhaps you could do some, B-roll here, or you could do some credits or whatnot. But what we want to do is we just want to finish this thing off right when the video ends. So I'm just going to slide this over, and it automatically snaps to the end of the video, and now we've trimmed off the video so that the music ends when the video ends, right? So last thing we want to do is, we don't want any of this. We have our own music track, right? So some of this stock content that I've downloaded from Envato may have some of its own background music. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute. So here's audio 1, which is the audio track for these clips, and I'm going to mute that track, right? So if anything in this track has video, or any of these video clips have audio on them, it's not going to play. So it's only going to play the audio track that I added, right? So now we have a pretty nice video ready to go. We have our clips edited and trimmed down. And so the last thing, I'm going to skip all of this other stuff. I'm just going to go right to deliver, and I'm going to go right to YouTube, because that's generally what I like to, post my content on. And we're going to call this Ocean Drone View Demo, right? And again, I'm going to go back to my folder here. So I'll go to C drive, Video Projects, Ocean View, and in the Ocean View, I'm going to make another folder, and I'm going to call it Output. And I'm going to select this folder, and it's already named it what I've named the clip here, which is Ocean View Demo, or Ocean Drone View Demo. And same thing here, Ocean Drone View Demo MP4. I'm going to hit save. Now, once I hit save, it's just locking in that location here. So it hasn't actually saved anything, right? So we just want to make sure we understand that. So it's got the file name, where we're going to put the file, which is C drive, Video Projects, Ocean Views, the particular project I'm working on right now, and my output folder that I want it to go into. Everything else is set by default for YouTube. If you really wanted, if you had more knowledge on video codecs and formats and things like that, you can adjust this accordingly. And so I'm going to leave everything the way it is, and I'm just going to add to render queue, right? So now it's ready to go. So the final step to actually output this video into an MP4 video clip that you can upload to YouTube is just you got to hit your render all. So you have your queue ready to go, and I guess if you wanted to, you can make a couple more video clips and add them to the queue, and then at the end of the night hit render all, because some large videos will take 45 minutes, couple hours to render, depending on your computer specifications. So some people will make a couple of video jobs, or a couple of videos, get them in the queue, and then just render them at the end of the day, right? So they can walk away from the computer, go get some dinner or whatever. But once you're ready to go, hit render all, and it's actually going to start creating your video output. This is a very short video. This is a 25, it looks like a 25-second video. So it rendered in less than 5 seconds, right? So now we're ready to see the video output. So if we go back out to, so what I did was I just closed, or I minimized my DaVinci Resolve. I'm back here on my folders, and I'm just going to show you from the beginning where I went here. It's just so that way you have an understanding. So if I open up my computer, usually you're going to see this view here, right? And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to this computer down here. I'm going to go to local disk, and I'm going to go to video projects, and I'm going to go to Ocean View, which is the particular project I'm working on. I'm going to go to my output folder, and this is the video itself that I just created, complete with the soundtrack. Alright, so now I'll take this and upload it to YouTube or any of my social media platforms that I have, and you know, that's just the basic way to set up or to create basic content to get you from A to Z. Everything in between is, I mean, you can go to college to learn how to do this stuff. So, but this will get you from shooting your video, getting your video onto your thumb drive, getting your thumb drive content onto the hard drive, opening up your Resolve, dropping in your content onto the timeline, cut it up and get it edited, adding some music, and then outputting it to a video clip that you can upload to YouTube or whatever you're going to do with it, right? So anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Write down or feel free to comment down below, ask me any questions, let me know if I could do something, if you guys want to see something or if I could do something better, and I'll reply as quickly as I can. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you later.